Alrighty, everybody, and good evening, and welcome to Eternal Racing Championship for ERC NASCAR as we get started with Go Bowling at the Glen. Sorry for the delay in the start of tonight's broadcast. We were having some difficulties behind the scenes, but here we go. We're into the qualifying session now with only 9 drivers here. These guys will have a 10-minute qualifying session to try to determine who starts where for tonight's race. We are into week 16 and the beginning of the round of 12 here at Watkins Glen International for the Go Bowling at the Glen. 45 laps tonight with plenty of tires, 4 additional sets, stages at the ends of lap 13 and 27. And it is a 68-degree ambient temperature and 99-degree track temp here for the drivers for this round of the season in the playoffs. There's Ray Hanneman, the number 85. He's out there on one of his hot laps. This is open qualifying for the road course. Jack Andrews looks like he'll be the first one to complete a lap here. Never mind, right in front of him is Tyler Helsel. And Helsel's first lap. No time down there. Andrews will jump up to the pole here as we will pull up. There we go. And a little bit more of an improvement there for Andrews, a 109.58. Second fastest right now is William Kern in the number 31 with a 110.576. And then Romano and Hanneman both in close proximity in the 110.9 bracket. Let's see what Helsel's able to do here tonight. The numbers are a little bit messed up here because of the technical difficulties we've been having. So your favorite driver may not have his normal number. Down into the bus stop there for Helsel. And there, Helsel gets a lap in with a 109.6. Andrew's back out on track right now as well. Has a 109.5, only barely in front of what Helsel had done. Down to a 4.44 that last lap. Now Andrew's down to a 278. Got him up to third right now at a 771 in the 109 bracket. Should conclude qualifying for Helsel. think that's going to do it for qualifying. So we will be right back, and we will go over the starting grid for tonight's Go Bowling at the Glen for ERC NASCAR. We'll be right back. All right, here we are for the starting grid for tonight's race. Only 9 drivers on the track. Leading him to the green flag tonight is Jack Andrews in the number 97. with Tyler Helsel to the left of Andrews. Jose Mercado will be starting in the third position with William Kern in fourth. Row number 3 is going to have Chris Romano and Ray Hanneman. Then row 4 will have Ryan McClurg and Chris Walsh. And then Brandon Biddy will round out the field tonight. Tonight, the Go Bowling at the Glen. Once again, going over the race info here tonight. 45 laps, 4 additional sets of tires with stages at the end of lap 13 and the end of lap 27. And this 2.42 mile track has a 97-degree track temp here tonight with 68-degree ambient temperature, partly cloudy here, and 4-mile-an-hour winds. And it does begin the round of 12 for ERC NASCAR here. Car will be diving off to pit road. Sorry, the safety car. And the green flag flies here. And a pretty good jump from Helsel on the outside. But down into turn 1, Andrews will have the preferred line. The runoff from Helsel will keep him and Andrews door to door. And Helsel will clear up through the S's. Everybody single file down the back straightaway and into the bus stop. Very crucial to attack the curbs here at Watkins Glen through the bus stop in particular. A lot of people using that runoff. Come back down here towards turn number 6, I believe that is, and then finally down into the front straightaway. Tyler Helsel will lead lap number 1. And a slight gap back here to Jose Mercado sitting in the 3rd spot. Andrews is looking to attack, though, once again. So far, so good for Andrews and Helsel as they pull away from Mercado in 3rd. Back here in 4th and 5th, Kern and Hanneman. Gaining on Jose a little bit was Kern. And Hanneman looked down to the inside on William Kern. He will not be able to get side by side with him, as Will uses the runoff to gain all that speed down the down the exit of turn 1 and down to turn 2 and into the S's. Now we're up into the bus stop here for these two. And last lap, Andrews with the fastest lap of the race. And Romano sideways here out of the bus stop. And it looks like a little bit of damage on the left front of that car. Again, local cautions here tonight. No full course yellows except for the stage brakes. So Romano will have to work on getting his car repaired potentially during the stage break. And Will going to get loose off of turn 1 using that curb a little too aggressively as the car gets out from underneath of him. And that will allow Ray Hanneman up to the 4th spot now. So Kern will join Romano near the back and have to make some moves to try to catch up. Andrews still in striking distance, just waiting to see if Helsel makes a mistake. He's going to look to the outside around the final corner. Not able to get to that quarter panel, though, and now Helsel will pull away in the 5. But again, Andrews just hovering around the back bumper of Helsel's car. And Andrews continuing to stay there. Everybody else kind of on an island by themselves. The next closest battle really is Walsh and McClurg for 5th and 6th. Everybody else, Kern and Romano, kind of the same deal as well. On the inside curve there, catching the 97 a little bit by surprise as he falls back to 0.4 of a second. Andrews continuing to try to close in. Let's go take a look at Walsh. He's behind Hanneman. Oh, locks up into the bus stop. That will give McClurg the position as the 43 gets by. That'll move Chris Walsh back to 6th. And William Kern starting to gain on him as well. Andrews continuing to find speed to close the gap back up. Had it down within 0.3, but it's hovering right around that mark still. And it's 5 to go here in the first stage. Helsel continuing to lead here with 4 to go. Kern and Romano both closing in here on Walsh. Up through the bus stop here for the top 2. These guys continuing to battle for the race lead. As the leaders cross the line, 2 to go here in stage 1 now. They're continuing to battle within a tenth to 2/10 of each other. Neither of these two giving an inch. Mercado close in tow. Only 3 seconds back. You see him in the background as we get to some of these camera angles. Like right there is the driver of the 41/8. And William Kern actually has gotten by Chris Walsh. And Hanneman, looked like Hanneman had an issue, but he did not lose a position. So just lost time there for Hanneman a little while back. But Will does get to that 6th spot. And now we'll see if Romano can find his way by Chris Walsh. He's looking, and it looks like Walsh going to let him go around the outside there as they come down into the bus stop. This is the battle to watch, though. White flag in stage 1. Helsel and Andrews. See what Andrews can do for the final lap of stage 1. Andrews going to take one last crack off the final corner, trying to get a little more momentum than Helsel. But it's not going to be enough. This is stage, yes. Not sure if that went through or not, but yes, this is stage, guys. Will be the first stage, and it goes the way of Tyler Helsel.
Checking up in 1.
Pace car, top of hill on Estes.
These drivers will get down pit road, get topped off with Sunoco race fuel, and some Goodyear Eagles if they choose to. They've got plenty of sets to do that if they want, but strategy may go against it. We'll see.
Remember to turn off your flash repair. Cannot use it.
And off pit road, Helsel does win the race there, and Andrews will be starting in the second spot.
Pace car, bus stop. Is it just on later when the pace car goes in? Cause I don't even see a restart zone.
I believe road courses are on the leader.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the restart zone is in turn 7, is it not?
I'm not sure. So, okay, that sounds good. What was that, Matthew?
Yeah, I think this is the restart box here. Like IRL.
Yeah, it can't be back there because the pace car will still be on track.
That's just where it is in real life. There's a choose rule in this league, right?
Yeah, but you have to call it like before the start finish line.
Yeah, I honestly forgot we had one.
I think leader only has lane choice before 1 degree.
All right, Ray, just ignore the first two guys. We raced for Arwin. They're on a different zip code. In our zip code, it's a different race.
I just, or my girlfriend just installed inverted pedals, so I am learning right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's just a little bit more different.
Yep, that's for sure.
All right. Helsel leads the way. And he rips away. Green flag back in the air. Andrews gets a clear lane to get back into the second spot. Mercado retakes the third position. And now Hanneman sits in fourth. With William Kern running out the top five, and Will is holding off Ryan McClurg and Chris Romano. Oh, and Andrews gets loose down here into the second to last corner, as does Hanneman with the cold tires. So Andrews will fall back.
Oh, man, I wanted to do that on.
He'll be back.
So Andrews falls back to fifth.
I forgot we still have another caution.
Hanneman all the way to the ninth spot. And Helsel now leads the way, 1.3 the gap to Mercado. Also just having to stay clean, it feels like. Mercado going to try to chase him down. Let's try to follow the Jack Andrews battle back towards the front. As even with the heat in the tires, it doesn't matter. Andrews just posting the fastest lap of the race this last time by with a 110.02. He's got the aggression level turned up to high for sure, trying to gain back that time lost. He's got William Kern right in front of him.
You can have it on front stretch check. I'll slow down early to the corner.
As there goes Andrews. You heard Kern giving him the go-ahead. again, Mercado keeping the leader close. Little too much on exit there for Mercado, and Andrews closing in now. Oh no, Andrews, no. Okay, he's back. That was a very long wait. See if Andrews is able to close in for that second spot again at the very least for the stage. Ooh, might have caught the wall there. Was able to get by Mercado. It's a long road to try to chase down Helsel. He has been about a second faster the last couple of laps. Will he be able to chase him down in 3? We'll have to wait and see. Only 0.2 faster that last lap. And 3 to go for Andrews. half a second last lap for Andrews. He's closed it down to just under, or almost under 2 seconds. Really pushing that number 97. To close the gap. Definitely, I don't think enough time, though, as this time around, Helson will come around and take the white flag of stage number 2. We saw Helso right up against that wall on the run out. The runoff, rather, out of turn. He's down the backstretch now. Off of the final corner, Helsel will take stage 2.
Is that stage, Matt?
This is stage, yes.
Checking up in 1. Pace car is in essence.
Once again, Helsel able to win the race off of pit road. The top 4 stay in position, so
Pace car is in bus stop.
it'll be a very similar amount of laps as we've seen so far tonight. When we go back to the green, it should be about 14, 15 laps. So they should be able to make it to the end. But we'll see. All right, folks. Helsel has led the way the entire distance so far. Will Andrews be able to take on Helsel and have a chance at it? Helsel rips away, and Mercado with a good jump on that inside lane as well. See what Andrews is able to do with Mercado to the inside. And it looks like he is clear out of turn 1 and up into the S's. Romano goes wide there. Does a great job of keeping that car out of the way and allowing the people who had the speed on the pavement to get by. First lap of stage 3, goes the way of Helsel. Downshifting into turn 1 here and getting that car going in the right direction to head towards the S. Andrews was a little slower than Helsel that last lap. To be expected on the restart. Back here, Romano and Walsh. Whoa, very loose for Walsh there, but a great save as he keeps it going straight. What a lap from Andrews, a 109.44. That rivals. Actually, let's take a look at the lap. What was it exactly? 4.38. That's even faster than the lap he posted in qualifying. That was a 4.44. So. Andrews wants that lead, wants the race win. So Romano got by Hanneman. I think that was what it said. Yeah. So, oh. Hanneman got, I think, locked up there going into the second to last corner. Elsel's just doing a great job defending from Andrews. These two putting on a clinic out front. Hanneman was able to get by Ryan McClurg for the 7th spot down into the bus stop. Oh, shows the nose, and Walsh shuts the door. Hanneman has to let him go because that was almost a damaged race car for sure. Hanneman gets by, as does McClurg, putting Chris Walsh back to 8th. Andrews peeks to the inside, not able to get to the quarter panel, so that will keep Helsel out in the race lead. But Andrews is antsy to get out in front. He's been faster for most of the laps here, just continues to get locked up by the good positioning of Helsel. And Andrews dives to the inside. Late move to the inside, could not make it work. Had to bail out of the attack. And these two continue their battle for the race lead.
I'd say Will, Ray.
Didn't see what happened to Will there, but Romano was able to get by. Andrews keeps showing the nose down the straightaways. He hasn't been able to find a way to get to the inside. Very loose out of turn 1 on the runoff. But Andrews still in striking distance, trying desperately to find his way by Helsel. These two continue to be in lockstep with each other. That was very close. We'll take a peek at William Kern and Chris Romano. Those guys battling for the 4th spot again. Still tightly contested there. For these two, whoa, almost losing it there was Helsel. Just got very loose using that curb. Andrews refusing to let him go. Down into turn one once again. 4 laps remain here tonight from Watkins Glen. Andrews shows the nose once again to the inside. Cannot get to the quarter panel. Bobble there off the final corner. That's going to give some breathing room for Helsel as he crosses the line for 3 to go. Helsel continuing to lead. That gap closed up a little bit last lap. Here goes Andrews up the inside. Contact between Helsel and Andrews. As the white flag flies, they continue to battle. And Helsel barely clear once again there off of the runoff out of turn one. That gap seems to be too insurmountable at this point. Maybe not. We'll see. 0.6 of a second is the lead for Helsel, rather. We'll see what Andrews can do to close it up here in the final couple corners. Last chance is going to be down here. Yeah, Helsel's too far out in front.
Go in, Tyler.
And coming off of the final corner, Tyler Helsel will claim victory here at the
What
Glen.
a ring. Good job there, Jack. That was fun.
Mercado does finish in that third spot. Romano brings it across the line in fourth. And here comes William Kern in the number 31. He finishes in the fifth spot. Ryan McClurg takes sixth, with Chris Walsh finishing in seventh. Here comes Ray Hanneman off the final corner. He'll finish in the eighth spot, and Brandon Biddy will finish up the final spot on the field. How fitting. But here comes your race winner, the number 5
Good race, everybody.
of Tyler Helsel. Quickly running over the race results. Tyler Helsel gets the win with Jose Nope. Wait a minute, what happened there? A black flag for Andrews is going to knock him back to 7th. So Jose Mercado gets second. Chris Romano in third, William Kern fourth, Ryan McClurg fifth, Chris Walsh sixth. We said Andrews finishing on track in second, but has a black flag there and will end up in the 7th spot. Then Ray Hanneman.
Appreciate you not just dumping me there, Jack, and trying to get me saved. I guess
And Brandon Biddy.
you clipped the pit entry, and I guess you got a penalty. And that sucks. Sorry about that, man. But that was really fun racing.
With that being said, though, that gave Jack the black flag.
Yep. That it did. Okay, so yeah, Andrews will end up finishing in second, so. Okay. So we'll start off our talk with our top three with the 41 of Jose Mercado. Jose, a third place finish. We heard you talking about how it was a race for third, basically, but you were able to come away with that third place. How you feeling after the race tonight?
Feeling pretty good. I guess I was the fastest out of the slowest. Jack and Tyler, they were on a whole different zip code. Um, when Jack got back to me, I just let him by because he was way faster than me. They were running some fast laps. I was just settling there. I knew I was third fastest car, so I was just running conservative, just keep it on track. So I would keep that third position.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just a race of just trying to make as few mistakes as possible in that situation, and it felt like you were just kind of smooth and steady all night. Is that kind of where you felt you were at as well?
Yeah, it's just it's all about hitting the marks and just staying steady every lap. Just keep it on track. Um, so that's what I was doing. I wasn't trying to push any harder than just to try to catch him. I could do nines, but I would slow the pace down just to keep it on track. There was no way I was going to pass him. It was even at a road course. To me, I think Jack was faster. If he would have gotten in the front, but passing is really hard.
Yeah, I mean, trying to find the safe spots to do it. I mean, you try to. We saw multiple times he tried to make moves to the inside, and it was just there was no way to get the corner exit speed that you would need. So the track is tough for sure, but third place finish for you is great, and then a good points day for you as well. You stayed pretty much in that position the entirety of the night. That'll definitely help you with the remainder of the round of 12 as we go to Pocono next week. How you feeling about that?
Oh, pretty good. For like last season, I had the race winning car. Um, don't know what happened in the last pit stop. I kind of lost it there. Just coming out of pit road, kind of went sideways, and Bryce went ahead of me. But hoping this time around I can get around them and see if I can get the W.
Well, anybody you'd like to shout out, Jose, before we let you go tonight?
Everybody that puts the league together. I don't know what happened to Bryce, but props to Bryce, you up there in the booth, and everybody that came out to race tonight. It was a good, clean race.
All right. Well, Jose, we'll catch you next week for Pocono. Have a great night.
Thank you, too, man. Catch you next week.
Next up, we'll grab the number 97 of Jack Andrews, finishing in the second position. Hard battling there with Helsel for the entirety.
What I do is I really try to zip my fire suit down and pull my ball sack out and put it on his head because he's a little bitch.
That is great.
That is great. That is great. So, anyway, like I was saying, hard battling there with Helsel for the majority of the race. One mistake puts you back a bit, but you're able to get back up to second. A good points day for you. How you feeling after the race tonight?
Yeah, honestly feeling good. Was a good return after being away for a while with injury, but no, it's good to be back. Good fun racing. I've raced Tyler before on ovals, and he was really clean. And I thought I'd reciprocate that, and got into him a little bit there in the last corner, and tried to straighten him out because it was just a good fun race between he and I.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you guys were just having a blast. You seemed like you had the faster car, but every time you were able to make the moves to the inside, it just didn't. You didn't have the exit speed that you absolutely needed to be able to make a pass and complete it. Is that kind of how you felt about the moves that you were making as well?
Yeah, and I tried to get a run a few times coming out of turn one, going up the S's up the hill, and the dirty air just pushed my car to the right when I'm trying to go left, and it just wasn't working very well. So that kind of screwed me over. But to his credit, he did everything that he needed to do, and he did really well to win the race.
Yeah, and like you said, good points day, and I mean, really will help you propel yourself forward through the round of 12. Next week we go to Pocono. How you feeling about Pocono, the Tricky Triangle?
I did some Pocono races with Precision during the officials, and it was pretty fun. Obviously, just with their mega fast setup that I was using, it was quite fun to do. First time driving an oval again for a while doing that race, and I was top 5, top 10 doing that, and done a few races there before and enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, Jack, anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go tonight?
Just a shout out to you guys. I know it's been a tough time with participation, but my respect goes out to you guys for still putting it on and continuing what you do, and everyone else that shows up week in, week out. It's really good to watch. I haven't been away with unfortunately dislocated my kneecap, but I've still been watching and joining in on YouTube and watching the streams, and yeah, it's been really good. So I appreciate what you guys and what you guys do, and shout out to Precision for what they do with their setups and making mega fast cars. So just appreciate you all.
Well, we're glad to have you back, Jack. Glad you've recovered from the injury, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Pocono. Have a great night.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
Actually, sorry. Have a great day. You're a few hours ahead of us. That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you for the clarification. I was a bit confused there for a second. It's a couple hours later, and then it's afternoon.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Jack Andrews from across the other pond over there down under. And finally, we grab our race winner here tonight. 2 stage wins, the race win, and overall a bad fast car in the number 5, Tyler Helsel. Congrats on the win.
Hey, what's up? Thanks, man.
Hard battles there with Jack, and you just did everything you really needed to do. You were able to really put him in compromising positions, so he wasn't able to make the passes. And there at the end, a good clean battle all around. Even though you guys made some contact, good sportsmanship from both of you guys, and you were able to come away with a win.
Yeah, man. I was honestly hoping he was not gonna be here because I know he usually races after Darlington. I know he told me he only races road courses, so I knew he was gonna be really good here. And then I seen him come in. He had a killer qualifying lap, and I was like, it's gonna be hard to hold him off. And then I was able to get that track position in lap 1, and I pretty much just did everything like you said, I needed to. He was definitely really fast, and then he made a killer move right there in turn 8 with 2 to go, and I thought I was done for. Then he clipped the curb and just kind of got into me a little bit, and then he really straightened me out, and I really appreciate him for that. He did a hell of a job racing me clean. He was really fast, and I'm honestly surprised I held him off, but thankfully he didn't just dump me and run off, and he saved me, and I had a blast racing him, man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were the class of the field as well. I mean, talk me through the mindset when you see nobody behind you, it's just you two. I mean, how important was it to maintain that track position and not give him an opening and just be very clean throughout the entire track?
Yeah, I mean, I really just kind of studied my mirror just to like see what he was doing, and I mean, he was killer, like way better than me in the braking zones. I'm not sure how he was able to, he was outbraking me in every braking zone. But I did just enough. Like I made sure I didn't make any mistakes or overdrive the corners. I was really like pacing myself really. And then I mean, every time I would see him back his entry up, I would back mine up. Anytime he would push his, I would push mine, and I mean, pretty much did everything I could to hold him off. He was really fast, and I thought he was going to get me.
And with the win, you do lock yourself into the round of 8. We do have one more race here in the round of 12, though. We go to Pocono next week. How you feeling about the Tricky Triangle?
I've done a single race on Pocono in the trucks, so I'm not really sure how that's going to go. But I think I've said that about every race this season, and I end up having a decent result. But yeah, I don't really have anything to say about that. I've never ran it, so especially in the next gen car, I'm sure it'll just be a clean air fest. So whoever gets the clean air will probably get it done in these cars. But yeah, I'm really happy to sweep the stages and lock myself in. Swept everything, got the win, and it feels really good after having a hard week last week. I had a terrible race last week, so it feels really good to get back on top here.
And with the round of 8, Vegas and Martinsville, either of those ones you have circled, or both, or?
I I don't really think so. I mean, Vegas is also going to be a clean air fest, and then Martinsville's Martinsville. You never really know what you're going to get there. I'll probably be wrecked. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for Homestead though.
Awesome. All right. Well, Tyler, anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go tonight?
Just you, man. You do a killer job on the broadcast, and I enjoy rewatching it every time. And you did a good job on race control today, and that's really it. I mean, all my competitors, Jack racing me clean. I had a blast with him, so him too.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next week at Pocono, and congrats on the win.
All right, thanks, man. See ya. Have a good night.
You too. Tyler Helsel getting the win here tonight. And that's going to conclude the race here from Watkins Glen International and ERC NASCAR. And with Tyler Helsel's win, he locks himself in to the round of 8. Next week we go to Pocono, Tricky Triangle. That'll be a lot of clean air, like you've heard a couple of the drivers say, the Clean Air Fest, and hopefully we can get some nice clean racing there from one of the larger tracks on the NASCAR schedule. But that's going to do it here for Eternal Racing Championship in the ERC NASCAR. Thank you guys for stopping by, and we will catch you next week for Pocono.